Hi guys, welcome. So I wanted to talk with you and run you through a little tutorial over HRW again. So welcome back to class. And it is Wednesday, April 22nd, and we are going to do another HRW assignment. I thought that the order would be better for cones if you did this assignment before tomorrow's, where we talk about different cones and see if you can find a cone around your house. So that will be Thursday. Okay, so maybe a funnel or a safety cone. I have a lot of examples here. So if you don't have one at home, don't worry. I'll have a witch's hat or two that I'll give you the measurements on. All right, so I'm going to get rid of my video here and walk you through this tutorial. Okay, so first you are on ClassLink and you are going to find HRW. So mine says teachers, yours will say students. So go ahead and click on that. Now your home page looks a little different than mine, but your assignment should pop up right in here and you just click on that assignment. So this is what HRW looks like, and you're going to go through these problems. So I wanted to give you another tutorial just so that I could walk you through this first question and maybe a couple others later on in this assignment. So you see here, the first question says the area of the base. So remember, when we talk about a cylinder, it was pi r squared times height, but which of those represented the area of the circle? And if you said pi r squared, you're exactly right. So pi r squared is the base. Okay, so if they tell you that the area of the base is 45, they've already computed pi r squared for you. So you just have to take this number and multiply it by your height. Okay, and then you have to take that number and divide by 3 because we are talking about cones. So multiply by 1/3 or divide by 3, which is easier. So in this case, I would do 45 times 11, and then I would divide by 3, which is 165. 165. Always check your answer, guys. You get up to 3 chances on HRW. This is just a homework assignment. So you want to make sure that you get these right, okay? Check your answer before hitting next, and it will check it off for you so that you know you're going to get 100% on this easy assignment. Okay, so looking at this example, obviously the diameter is 2. You need to find radius. Please follow your steps that I gave you in the previous video so that you can easily answer this. All right, number 3 is the same thing, just a word problem. So in this one, they give you radius. In number 2, they'll give you diameter. Okay, so this should be nice and simple. Look at the drop-down options. We know the fraction that we multiply volume of a cylinder by to get a cone. So please remember that fraction as you go back to the video comparing a cone to a cylinder. And then you just have to fill it in. So here's the bottom denominator, and then you should obviously know what goes there. Okay, easy, but now we're rounding to the nearest tenth on HRW. So please make sure that you are only having one number after the decimal, and you're looking at the second number after the decimal to determine if the tenths place stays the same or rounds up. Okay, so round your answer to the nearest tenth. You have a radius and a height, so you can easily solve these. Okay, guys, you have another drag and drop problem here. So a snack bar sells popcorn in cone-shaped containers. One container has a diameter of 6, right? So you would change that to a radius of 3, thank you so much, and a height of 14. How many cubic inches of popcorn does that container hold? So you would take your radius, which is 3, and square it. 3 times 3 is 9. Then multiply by 14, multiply by 3.14, which is pi, and take that answer and divide by 3. Okay, so for this one, they just want to know how much is that. All right, so if you happen to have this question, you will get a bonus. It should be 131.88, and that last 8 tells you to round the tenths place up to 9, 131.9. Okay, so orange traffic cones. You have a height of 2, diameter of 10. So look at this, guys. In the past, I have only given you feet or all inches, right? Well, this one is trying to trick you. There are 12 inches in a foot, okay? So the height of this thing is actually 24 inches, okay? It won't let me type inches. But the height is 24 inches and the diameter is 10. Okay, so before moving forward with this problem, you have to convert feet to inches. Don't let it trick you. Okay, so multiply this number by 12 and you will get inches. Okay, so let's solve this one. The diameter of 10, how do you make that into radius? Divide by 2. Good. 10 divided by 2 is 5. So now we square the radius. Then we multiply by our height, which ends up being 24 inches. Then we multiply by 3.14, and then we divide by 3. Your answer should be 628 if you have this one. Okay, so find the missing measure for the cone. Again, diameter, you have to turn it into radius. Okay, you also have to remember that with cones, in order to get rid of that 1/3 on the other side, you are going to have to multiply volume times 3. That's how you get rid of the 1/3 fraction. Multiply both sides by 3. So then if height is missing, you would find the radius, which is 2, and then square it, which is 4, and you would actually divide this volume number that you you already multiplied by 3, right? So then you would take that number and divide by your radius squared, which is 4, and then you would also divide by pi, and that's how you would find height. All right, going on to the next. So it probably will, oh, it didn't mark that one wrong, good. But sometimes if you skip them, it might put a red X, so make sure you go back and fix it. Okay, Alex wants to know the volume of sand in an hourglass. When all the sand is in the bottom, he stands a ruler beside the hourglass and estimates the height of the cone of the sand inside the hourglass. So what else does he need to measure to find the volume of the sand? So obviously he has height, he's missing something else. Okay, so he would need to find diameter and radius, or diameter or radius. You make the call. And then obviously we're looking at the base, guys. We've already found the height. Okay. And last one, a cone has a radius of 2 and a height of 3. How many cones of liquid would it take to fill a cylinder with a diameter of 4 and a height of 3? So complete the explanation. So you know when you have diameter, how do you find radius? Good, divide by 2. So 4 divided by 2 is 2. So similar to the last problem that you did for cylinder HRW, they want you to tell them how the two of them are the same because the radius is such and such, right? But in this case, we're comparing a cone to a cylinder. Okay, so now it's just like my first video with M&Ms and water. You're trying to prove how many cones would it take to fill that same cylinder that has the same height and radius. Okay, so I hope that helped, again, going from cone to cylinder. This is HRW. Best of luck on your other assignments, and let me know if there's any way I can help you. Join our Zoom meetings on Thursday. I will offer 9:30 a.m., 12 and 12:30 p.m., and 2 and 2:30 p.m. Thanks, guys. Have a good night.